Oh man, happy Thursday. Finally back home after a long week. And as far as continuing the spirituality versus organized religion conversation, I'm gonna share one of the coolest things I've ever learned. It almost feels like a secret with how many people just don't know this or heard it and forgot it. You know, it's all the talk about death lately, or life after death, with the spirituality versus organized religion, having answers to questions that, as a human and all of humanity of 8.2 billion people, we don't deserve to have the answers to certain questions, right? With the way that we treat each other. Fear is what holds people back from accomplishing anything they want in this life. The fear of failure, the fear of not being liked. Put fear in front of anything, that you don't have the confidence to do, or you don't have the knowledge to learn something new or start something new. When we feel that feeling of fear, the fight or flight, the adrenaline is released in our stomach, basically. It makes its way up into our brain, and our brain interprets unfamiliar as fear. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what it's going to look like. We don't know where it might take us. This is the essence of fear. When we get excited, it's the same chemical reaction. It's just our brain interprets familiar as excitement. Whether it's sex, whether it's food, whether it's, our favorite siblings or cousins, whatever the case may be. Because it's familiar, we get excited about it, but it's the same physiological process in our body. So a huge thing in life, when we talk about being present, it's taking a moment to breathe, where emotion and logic can't coexist simultaneously. So we have to, remain present, meditate, whatever the case may be. If you can flip that switch, that instead of processing unfamiliar as fear and get excited because now you're about to learn something, you're about to experience something new for the first time, this excitement allows you to never be afraid of anything in life. Whenever you get that feeling of fear, pause and breathe and understand that that new experience is going to make you a better person. It's an extension of what doesn't kill us makes us stronger. But that subtle feeling of fear, it's just what allows us to make excuses for not doing something we really might like, or trying something that might make us a better person, in the end. So that whole process of dealing with death in the family, and, it's me personally, I'm trying to find that balance of putting my face to this conversation, putting my name to this conversation, sharing enough personal information so it's more relatable, understanding that nobody's perfect. I'm going to be 38 at the end of this year and a first-time father. It's just a reality that the older we get, there's a point in life where life starts taking away more than it was giving us, right? Parents start to pass away, grandparents. If we're lucky enough to bring children into the world, the cycle of generational love can continue on. For the most part, I realize my superpower as an individual when it comes to processing information, when it comes to feeling energies and being able to articulate things in a certain way. My personal life experience has just brought me to this point where I need to see a better world for my future children, my family. And that's where this 12th video, this conversation, is an extension towards building that like-minded community of people that understand war is profitable, that religion is tax-free, and that politics are corrupt, and that all these forces of evil and ego and greed and fear are putting people in a place where they feel like they've been beaten down, that there's no way out. For the most part, everybody, in my humble opinion, wants health, wealth, and happiness. What health, wealth, and happiness look like to you might be different. For the most part, people generally believe they're fighting for the source of good. That could be a Christian, a Catholic, a Jewish person, a Buddhist, someone that practices Islam, they believe that they're doing the right thing. And it's just a disconnect in what's really important. Because there are 4,100 plus religions in this world. There are 7,100 plus languages in this world. And there's so many divisions to where people that praise someone like Jesus, that he's the end-all be-all, that he's the Son of God, and the only way to heaven is to claim Jesus as your savior. Well, a Buddhist is going to disagree. A Jewish person believes that the Messiah hasn't come yet. A spiritual person understands that we have a lot of work to do before we receive those answers to those questions. That there is no one religion, there is no one race. Out of 195 countries, there is no one country that's better than the rest. There's 8.2 billion souls on this planet being told that we are $324 trillion in global debt. There's enough privatized money to where we can feed everybody. We can build enough sustainable energy, natural energy between turbines, wind, and solar. There's no reason we can't be working together if the intention is to work together. If the intention is to build a government or a country's ego, we're going to keep doing what we're doing. If the intention is to make one religion seem like it's better than the other, we're going to keep doing what we're doing. So with that being said, there should be the paradigm shift in intention coming soon to where we can work together, live together, play together, understand that there is no such thing as fear. It's a mentality. You have to choose to be happy. The Messiah is not one person. The Messiah is when we all collectively become one. And all of these are provable within the Hebrew language. And it's become my mission to make all this information accessible. And I want nothing more than to be held accountable. Because I believe with the intention of love, truth, honesty, and integrity, there's enough people in this world to where that narrative can follow along. And I've been around enough death and I've lost enough loved ones already to know how short life really is, and seen enough people in the later stages in life that over 90% of them had some form of regret. And it's my personal choice to live a certain life to where that's not going to be me. And I only want that for anybody else that is willing to make that choice and live with the intention to build, to love, to share, and to understand the true meaning of integrity. Because good will go to good as far as energy, bad will go to bad as far as misery loves company. And I'm just so thankful and present in this moment to finally be home with my pregnant fiance, with the wedding coming up. The way the dogs got excited to see me after just 6 days of being away. I just feel very grounded, very present, and I need a fucking nap because it's been a long week. So happy Thursday. We'll do this again sometime soon, and again, hold me accountable, and I'll do the same to the best of my ability for anybody else that wants to share in this like-minded community that seems to be growing. So see you again soon.